Today we are going to start with the concept of standard deviation. Now it is a very important topic in mostly class 11 and class 12 syllabuses, also applicable for CPT exams and a lot of BCom exams also. So depends on whatever you are pursuing, but standard deviation is a very important topic and consists of approximately 5 to 10 marks depending on your course for your respective exam. Now regarding standard deviation, let me tell you beforehand, you need to know arithmetic mean in the best possible manner. If you don't know arithmetic mean, check out the other video for arithmetic mean, complete it, and if you already know it, well and good. We'll start with the concept of standard deviation. Now before explaining standard deviation, let me tell you, there are some topics in statistics which are better understood with understanding the definition itself. Like if you know what mean is, it will be helpful in the computation also. If you know what mode is, it will be helpful in computation also. But there is not much help if you mug up the definition of standard deviation. If you try to understand standard deviation, it will take you a lot of much more time, it will consume more time than what time it will take you to just learn up the formula and do the sum. So I will recommend you directly start off doing the sums with the formula, and during the course of time you get to understand the formulas better or the sums better. But first, all you need to get concerned about is the marks that you have to score, and then regarding the concept, you can do it anytime you want. Okay, so first, in tough topics like standard deviation, index numbers or whatever be it, I'd recommend first go with the formula, mug it up, start off with the sums, and then you'll gradually get the concept cleared. Okay, so we'll start off with the concept of SD or standard deviation. Now standard deviation, short form SD, is denoted by the alphabet sigma. Now many people have this confusion whether this is sigma or this is sigma. This is summation and this is sigma. So sigma is standard deviation, summation is the sum total of a given series. Now there are a lot of formulas concerning standard deviation, a whole lot of formulas. Approximately, sometimes in a book 6 to 7 formulas are present: actual mean method, direct mean method, continuous series method, grouped method, ungrouped method. But there is a very short and easy way to get along with standard deviation with just 2 formulas. Only 2 formulas are required in total to cover up standard deviation. Yes, there are complexities, there are complex formulas. Sometimes in your board they recommend you to do it in a tougher manner, but the easiest 2 methods, direct methods to directly get the marks in any higher secondary exam, there are only just 2 formulas that you need to learn, no other formulas. Okay, now these formulas will work on a very nice suggestion basis, as in there will be only some sums that are expected to come, as in continuous series sums are mostly expected to come in frequency distribution or in standard deviation sums. Those are basically 5 mark sums or 6 mark sums as per your syllabus. So we already sketch out whatever is going to come and we leave out whatever is not going to come. So you need to exclude those from your syllabus yourself. Even though the school or the college will tell you to mug up all the formulas, just directly learn these 2 formulas and you'll automatically see it's like 90% helpful in your entire syllabus. Okay, so the first formula that is applicable for individual series is standard deviation is equal to root over summation d square by n. This is the first formula, and the second formula for continuous series or grouped method, whatever they call it, make this capital N. Root over summation fd square by capital N minus within brackets summation fd by n whole square. This has a particular difference. This whole square means another thing and this square means another thing. This means इधर में कोई n के ऊपर कुछ square नहीं है. No squares are required over total number of frequency. Now beforehand, before in the previous topics and previous classes, I have told you the difference between small n and capital N. Just a brief recap. Small n is equal to number of observations and capital N is equal to total of frequency. So let's take up a sum first for individual series. We'll write down the formula here. It's always better to write the formula at least once in your sum. Whenever you are doing a statistical based sum or even a mathematical sum, you know, the teachers prefer that you at least write down the formula once. Sometimes they give you step marking for this. Keep that in mind. So let's take any series. Say the given number of series is, say, find the standard deviation of, say, 5, 10, 25, 30, 50. This is the question that we have. The best way to solve a statistical problem is in tabular format. Hence we'll make, since only these series are given, these numbers are given, we'll create a series out of it. 5, 10, 25, 30, 50. We already know n here is equal to number of observations. And here the number of observations is equal to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 total numbers have been given, 5 observations. Now, what do we need is D. D is equal to deviation or x minus x bar. X minus x bar means here x bar is equal to the mean of the series. If you still don't know what mean is, please go check out the mean video. And now I'm assuming if you know mean, first we'll find out mean in the same method we used to do mean in individual series. So the formula for finding out mean or x bar is in individual series summation x by small n. Total of this series, find out 5 plus 10 plus 25 plus 30 plus 50. It's coming down to 120. 120 by 5, 24. This is the arithmetic mean that we need. So now we can prepare another column D, which is equal to x minus x bar. It's always preferred to write it down here what the formula is for. And now 5 minus 24. Individually, try it yourself. Since we require summation d square, that means we need to find out the squares of each and every deviation. So 19 minus 19 square minus 14 square. Now whenever we are trying to square a negative digit, it automatically converts into a positive one because negative is positive. So 361, 196, 136, and 676. The total of all these numbers will give us summation d square. Calculate the total. One two seven zero. Check if it is right or wrong. 1270. It's coming down to 1270. Done. Now we will use the formula, this formula. So SD is equal to root over 1270 by small n. What is small n here? 5. Total number of observations 5. Start dividing. First divide, then try the square root. Use calculators if allowed. If not, use the long method for calculation. Approximately 15.937. 15.937. So what we are doing here is basically standard deviation. First you have to write down the formula, then you'll only have to find out whatever is required. Sometimes I've seen people trying to find out extra columns or not being able to judge. Sometimes you might also face the same problem about judging what values we require, whether to total this column or not. The best answer to this is check the formula, separate out individual units that you need. Here only what we need is summation d square and the small n, nothing else. So small n is 5. For summation d square, first you need to find out d, but did they ask for a summation d or anything? So you don't need to total this, it's useless. So first find out d, then d square. पहले d निकाल लीजिए, फिर d square, स्क्वायर्स का टोटल 1270, फिर डिवाइड कर दीजिए नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस, उसके बाद उसका स्क्वायर रूट. कैलकुलेटर अलाउड तो वेल एंड गुड, दैट विल बी वेरी इजी. अगर नहीं अलाउड है तो शुरू से आप लोग प्रैक्टिस करो विदाउट कैलकुलेटर, नहीं तो एग्जाम में बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, नहीं आता अगर कैलकुलेट करना तो प्लीज किसी से सीख लीजिए, कोई फ्रेंड से, दे विल गाइड यू विद इट. ये पूरा मेथड क्लियर? दिस इज वेरी इजी. सो नेक्स्ट विल बी टेकिंग अप कंटिन्यूअस सीरीज. कंटिन्यूअस सीरीज का फॉर्मूला आप लोग लिख लो. Now, in this particular observation, in this particular equation, there is something important. Here we have written summation fd square by n. I need to focus on this thing for a moment, because here what we mean is summation of frequency multiplied by deviation square. Many people multiply f and d and this square it up and then find out the total. That is wrong. That is not what we want. What we want is frequency multiplied with deviation square. So we need to find out d first, then square up the d, multiply it with f, and then find out the total. We don't need to square it up together. फर्स्ट d, देन d स्क्वायर, पहले खाली d निकालेंगे, फिर d स्क्वायर निकालेंगे, उसको फ्रीक्वेंसी से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, फिर उसका टोटल निकालेंगे. ठीक है, यहां पर एफ डी स्क्वायर का मतलब f इंटू डी स्क्वायर. ठीक है, सम करेंगे और क्लियर हो जाएगा, मगर आपको याद रखना है ये टोटल इस पर्टिकुलर ऑब्जर्वेशन का स्क्वायर नहीं है. ठीक है, स्टार्ट करते हैं, एक इजी सा एग्जांपल लेते हैं. बेस्ट प्रेफर्ड है, आप लोग भी साथ साथ में करो. Solve it according to what I am writing on board. It will be much more better for you. Class frequency. These two are usually given. 0 to 10, 10 to 20. I'll take any just random numbers. Fine. This sum is no reference from any book, so it's just made up. So next what we need to find here is f is given. What we need to find here is x. X usually denotes mid value. So 10 plus 0, 10 divided by 2, 5. 10 plus 20, 30 divided by 2, 15. 20 plus 30, 50 divided by 2, 25. Similarly, these. Fine. Keep following whatever I am trying to say. Next, we need D. What was the formula for D? Same in last sum, x minus x bar. What is x bar? The arithmetic mean. What is the formula for continuous series for arithmetic mean? Direct method, summation fx by capital N. What do you mean by capital N? Total frequency. What is the total frequency here? 10. Summation fx. So we need to find out fx also. For now I'll just erase the formula. Let's find fx first. That means f multiplied with x, 1 into 5, 15 into 2, 25 into 3, 35 into 3. Go on, keep doing this. Total of fx. Compute 260. So 260 divided by 10 gives us 26. This is the arithmetic mean. So now here 5 minus 26. 26 is the arithmetic mean that we got here. D is equal to x minus arithmetic mean. X is 5 here. 5 minus 26 is minus 21, then again 15 minus 26, 25 minus 26. Individually we'll have to write down. The more you write, the more chances of not cutting off your marks. This will be 19, sorry. So the question is, I'll put the formula here now. Do we require the summation of D? Answer is no. Do we require the summation of X? Answer is no. So you'll have to judge whether to compute the total or not. Till now, these were required. We took up the answers of these. But this is not required, this is not required. So we'll not get into the computation of the same. Because in exams, we'll have a very short time in hand. For these silly computations, we cannot waste time. No extra marks are provided for it, no extra marks are cut for it. Fine? So we have D right now. What we require now is FD, D square and FD square. We have capital N. So first, anything you can do, I'll start off with say FD. Do not confuse between the columns. So minus 21 into 1, same, minus 11 into 2, minus 22, minus 1, minus 3, 27, 19. We need to compute the total for this. Next, find out d square. That means minus 21 into minus 21, minus 11 into minus 11. Start doing it. Then total of this. Total of d square is not required. Total of d square is not required. We need the total of fd square. So make another column fd square. So many columns are coming in. You need to manage it properly. अच्छे से ख्याल रखिएगा कि आप कौन सा कॉलम को किसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे हो. एक बार एक छोटा सा मिस्टेक हो गया, आपका पूरा 5 मार्क्स गया. What does the examiner want? An answer, a simple answer. Approximation भी चलता है उसमें, आगे आंसर में भी आगे पीछे होगा, लेकिन ज्यादा ऑफ स्केल चले गए, कुछ गलत हो गया, स्टेप मार्किंग. एक for an examiner already to see so many figures is irritating. You cannot expect or fight for step marking in these things. If you are doing statistics, either do the complete chapter properly or just have the theory portion in control. Don't leave it halfway. So fd square, start multiplying frequency with d square. So 1 into 441. Now this is a big board, so I am being able to manage it. Even if I cut down on my handwriting, I'll be able to manage. In your copy, if you cannot handle it in the portrait mode, switch to landscape. It's allowed. In any examination, it's allowed. Don't worry about it. Switch to landscape. If you see a 5 mark statistics sum, you have to remember that it's going to be lengthy. Switch to landscape mode. It's not going to do any harm. Okay, so practice also in landscape. It's either ways, it's going to take double space. Now, what happens is, if you have a sheet like this, and if you do half the columns here, and then start off the second half columns here, these two columns are never going to match. You are bound 85% times to make a mistake. Don't do it. Switch to landscape. So fd square, first is 441, 121 into 2, 242, 3 into 81, 243, then last one is 361. Give me the total fast. One two nine zero. Now, if this is coming to 0, it's all right. If this is having a positive figure, it's good. If it is having a negative figure, do not freak out. It is still correct. It might happen. After so many calculations, it might happen the total of something is coming 0 or something is coming in negative. Does not matter. Once you put it in the formula, you will get the correct answer. Be patient. Don't freak out if it's negative. And please maintain the negatives that we have. Fine. Always remember, the negatives do not go away anywhere till it is squared. Fine. So you'll have to live with the negatives. Don't ignore it. Otherwise the answer will be completely different. Let's put it in the formula. So summation fd square. Summation fd square is this 1290. So first d nikale, d square, fd square. Total of fd square, summation fd square 1290 divided by, what is capital N? Total frequency, that is 10, minus, now this square is outside of the brackets. So what we need here is summation fd, the total of fd 0 divided by n, again 10. Now this whole thing will come down to 0, this thing, only this portion. So what we write, do not skip a step, divided by 10 minus 0 is equal to compute root over 129, use calculators, will come down to approximately 11.35, maybe 34 something, you can always round it off. At least 2 digits, keep original, otherwise you can round off any other digits you want. Fine. Now these two formulas that we have discussed are applicable to almost every other sum. You take up any sum, start doing it, but yes, some critical sums like ungrouped method, unequal class intervals, those have some specific formulas. Now in different boards, different syllabuses, different formulas has been used. So I cannot generalize the formula that you have to use because it will be much of a hectic. I don't want to teach you like seven to 8 formulas. Like you'll understand them individually, but you'll mess up very bad. So it's just of no use. These two formulas are 95% times used. These are the like confirm formulas that are about to come. I'm totally certain about it. So these two formulas, this is the expanded formula used for continuous series, grouping method, and the first formula is for individual series. Use them, score well. Best of luck for your exam. And like and subscribe for these videos to stay updated with new videos. And soon economics for class 12 videos will also be coming up. Some accounts video will also be coming up. And if you need help in index numbers or any harmonic mean or geometric mean series, then another sir has discussed, Amresh sir, he has discussed each and every video, each and every statistical and mathematical topic.